What's going on, guys, and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be removing the green filter in our Airaid intake on this 2009 CTS-V and cleaning it with the green filter high performance air filter cleaning kit. I got off Amazon. I'll probably put the picture of the link here, and I'll have the link in the description. But I believe this ran me like $18 on Amazon. I clicked on the link earlier and now it's $24, but it shows that they have low stock, so I'm sure that's the reason for that. It arrived in about a day from Amazon, so very quick if you have that option. These are the things you'll need to completely take off, clean, and reinstall cold air intake and clean the green filter. First off, you want the green filter cleaner, green filter oil. I'd like a pocket knife because if these are brand new, there's little pieces in there, little plugs that you want to pop out. Plus, a pocket knife can come in handy for anything else as far as wedging or prying or what have you. A ratchet with a 12mm socket. In the video, I do say 10mm repetitively, so forgive me on that. It is 12mm. And a screwdriver. I have a multi-tool, but specifically you'll need a Phillips head and 5/16 bit to take off any clamps that you have on the cold air intake. Other than that, you can also use a Phillips head or just a flat head. It's a lot easier to do that too. Green filter oil. And then I had the Lucas Slick Mist just to clean off the parts once I had them off the car, so that they look good when they went back on. So back over here at the car, you can see that I have a standard Airaid Cold Air Intake. This seems to be the best tried and true method for the CTS-V and a ton of other boosted applications especially, and as well as just regular NA applications also. But we're going to start off with removing the screws from the top of the heat shield. Okay, so now that we have the heat shield removed, at least the cover, and set over to the side, you can see the filter in here. It does look kind of dirty. The camera's not picking it up super bad. It's not, I don't know, I haven't seen it clean, so I don't believe this is super dirty, but we'll see after the whole cleaning process. I do have a multi-tool that allows me to just take the screw head off, but you will need a, I believe, 5/16 bit or a flathead screwdriver to remove these clamps off of your cold air intake. You may have something different on here, but I believe these are pretty standard. So I would like to have them all loosened like that. Okay, so after your clamps, all three of them are loosened up, your next goal is to remove the actual intake itself, the intake tube. You will pinch both sides down on this clip and pull up. I have already done this ahead of time because that's not fun to do one-handed. You'll pull that off, and then up next is your clip. Also done this ahead of time. As you know, these are awful, but what you will do is stick a flathead screwdriver in here, lift upwards and pull at the same time. That will release your clip. Okay, so the next process after all your clips are gone is to remove the air intake tube, just to allow for more room to get this up and out of here, because this is a very cramped area. So I'm going to remove this tube, and then I'll remove the heat shield and the air intake. Okay, so now I have the tube removed, sitting over here on the ground. My next course of action is going to be to remove this plastic piece here. After the plastic piece is taken off, you will see that you have a size 10 nut on this side and an Allen wrench head on a little bolt on this side. You'll want to remove this so that this can become loose and you can pull it out. Okay, once that nut and bolt are out of the way, I would highly suggest you take your 10mm socket, hide it away, put it in a lockbox, set it on the ground. Try not to keep it in your engine bay, because Lord knows if that falls in your engine bay, you will never find it. So again, keep that safe. We're going to then pick this whole heat shield out. You'll have a hose here connected. You'll have a hose back here that's also connected. So you want to pop those out of the little grooves. I've already done that to this one. And then you should be able to, assuming your screw on the bottom where it attaches to the ground screw is not there, be able to pull all of this out and remove your air filter. So that's what we're gonna do now. Okay, so as you can see, we have removed this. The filter is dirtier than I thought it was. Actually, this whole thing is pretty filthy, so I'm going to give it all a little wipe down. This is left empty. Like I said, my ground screw I've just bent out of the way. Didn't use it. It's snug without it, so I don't see any need in having it. But if you have that in the bottom, then obviously you're gonna have a little bit more of a step to removing this out of here. So yeah, now we're gonna take this over to the workbench and get to cleaning this up. Okay, so we're back over here at the workbench. I have the filter here and the shroud sitting over here. That's going to be cleaned up here in the future. I'm gonna actually grab this filter, begin with step 1, kind of knock out any loose dirt. You can already see there's a lot piling up on this. Get what you can out. That's just from tapping it out, as you can see. There is a lot of loose dirt. If you have an air compressor, obviously that's going to work a lot better. Taking an air compressor, putting it inside and blowing all the dirt outwards onto the ground. So now that we've got that, I'm gonna take your green filter, air filter cleaner, and it says to spray it a little bit ways away. Coat the whole thing with the cleaner. I don't know how much you're supposed to use. I'm gonna use it generously because I really want this to get clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this completely sprayed up and allow this to sit for 15 minutes, and then I will take you inside to where I spray this thing clean. Alrighty guys, so we are upstairs now. I got the filter. I went ahead and sprayed it again just because I didn't feel like I sprayed enough. Sprayed this again, let it sit for another 10-15 minutes, and now we are back inside. I have the sink set up. I'm actually going to plug up one of these because I want to see just how dirty this is and what that water looks like that's coming out of it. Got the GoPro here sitting so you can see that exactly. All right. So. And again, this filter had only been used for about 5,500 miles, so really not that much. I don't expect this water to be too incredibly dirty, but as you can see, there's actually a lot of buildup in the bottom of this. I'm starting spraying from the inside out first so that I can get the majority of this to push outwards, and then I'm going to switch to spraying the outside. I'll actually just go ahead and show you guys what it looks like right now. Get all that dirt and debris. Now I'm going to spray the outside of the filter. There's a lot stuck in these grooves on the outside that didn't come out, and that I'm just watch fall right out of this as I'm spraying it. This water is getting so dirty. By the way, doing this while the girlfriend's not in the apartment so that I don't have to hear it right now. I only have to hear it whenever she watches the video. So, cheat code. Set this over to the side. Check that out. Not only is it like a golden color, but there's like actual like debris in there. We've got the filter sitting over there. I'm gonna kind of let it just drip dry for a second. I'm gonna rinse out this sink, and then we're gonna switch over to the blow dryer. Also doing that while the girlfriend's not here, so I only have to hear it later when she watches the video. Another cheat code. The hair blow dryer on a low heat setting and pretty far away to just kind of speed this process up some and get this back on the car hopefully by tonight. this is completely dry. I used the blow dryer on it, plus let it air dry for a little bit. Everything seems dry. The filter is nice and white. So I'm going to spray this down with the oil. It says to hold about 6 inches away, and okay, so you can definitely tell that there's oil because it's green. That's nice. Just gonna coat this pretty good. Continue to move around it. I'm just gonna hit a few spots that didn't look like they got it a lot. Okay, let me do a little flip. I don't know if you're supposed to spray the inside either, or if that just soaks through. Let's see, why not? Because it's also white, so I'm not gonna spray it heavy, just get some on there. So we're gonna do that. I'll wipe off this rim a little bit. And there you go. I'm probably gonna hit a few spots like that right there when I put the camera down so that it's easier to, and then I'll meet you back over by the car to reinstall. Alrighty guys, filter is done. I've got everything ready to go. Got all the clamps, got all the screws. So I'm gonna get busy putting this back together, and I'll catch up with you when I'm done with this. Okay, now after a little bit, everything's back together. I got the heat shield, cover, all the clamps, everything buttoned up, plastic back on, plugs in, everything back in order. So I'm now going to start this thing up and see what it sounds like, see if it's running good. So let's see here. Get that open a little bit and see how it sounds. So far, so good. Everything's running great. Yeah, hood's open, get it. Ooh. Woo! Damn, you can really hear it with that hood open. That sounds good. Okay, well cool. That concludes taking off a cold air intake and completely cleaning and reinstalling a green filter. If you want to see me do something on this car, I don't care if it's already done to it, I'll pull it off and I'll redo it just for you guys. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.